Welcome to today's video. In the next 9 minutes, I will guide you through how to draw a lively and detailed grass carp. Grass carp is a common freshwater fish with a long, plump body, a large head, a slightly pointed snout, and soft fins. When drawing, it is important to pay attention to the body proportions, the shape of the head, body, fins, and tail, and add details such as scales and light waves on the body to create a lively feeling. Prepare drawing paper pencils, erasers, and if you want, you can also prepare watercolors or crayons to color the picture after finishing. Before you start, imagine a grass carp swimming in a lake or pond. Its body slightly bent with the water flow, its fins slightly open, its tail fanned back to create a sense of movement. The grass carp has a long body, a round belly, a large head, and a slightly pointed snout. The fins are soft, maybe slightly pointed at the tips, and the tail is V-shaped, which helps the fish move gracefully. When drawing, you should keep the curves soft and natural to make the picture look lively, and pay attention to the details on the scales to make the picture more realistic. Let's start with the head. Draw a slightly rounded oval but extending towards the snout. The head of the grass carp is slightly flattened above and plump below the jaw. Draw the eyes near the front of the head round or slightly oval with a small highlight inside to create a reflective light, making the fish's eyes look lively. The snout is slightly pointed and gently curved. You draw with a soft curve connecting the top of the head to the bottom of the jaw. The mouth can be slightly open to create the feeling of the fish swimming or preparing to open its mouth, making the picture more lively. Next, we draw the body. The body of the grass carp is long, plump, and slightly flattened. Draw a long curve from the head to the tail, keeping the curve graceful. Then draw a second parallel line below to create thickness for the fish's body. The belly should be slightly rounded, the back should be slightly curved upwards, creating the feeling of a firm and soft fish body. If you want to draw a fish bending while swimming, you can draw the body slightly curved in an S shape. This will create a sense of natural movement. Now let's draw the fins. Grass carp have many fins: long dorsal fins, ventral fins, pectoral fins, and caudal fins. The dorsal fin is located on the back, long, slightly pointed at the tip. You draw with soft curves. You can suggest the fin rays with small, thin, parallel lines. The pectoral fin is located near the head, slightly rounded, extending to both sides, helping the fish adjust the swimming direction. The ventral fin is located under the belly, moderately long, slightly pointed at the tip, and the caudal fin fanned out behind in a V shape, helping to create the feeling of the fish swimming flexibly. When drawing the fins, keep the lines soft, flexible, and in reasonable proportion to the body. Next is the tail, an important feature to make the picture look lively. The tail of the grass carp is fan-shaped, slightly divided into two symmetrical parts. Draw a soft curve from the end of the body to both sides, suggesting the rays of the tail with small parallel lines. If you want to show the fish swimming, you can draw the tail slightly bent to one side to create a sense of movement in the water. After sketching the overall shape, we add the scale details. Grass carp scales are round, small, and evenly arranged on the body. You can draw small parallel curves or small circles along the body, concentrated on the back, gradually thinning out towards the belly. The scale details do not need to be too even, just suggestive to make the picture lively and realistic. The light waves on the body also help create the feeling of light reflecting on the scales, making the fish look more lively. Now go back to refining the overall. Use an eraser to erase excess lines and emphasize the main outlines of the head, body, fins, and tail. Check the proportions: round head, long body, balanced fins and tail, harmonious scale details. If necessary, adjust the fins or body curves to make the picture more balanced and natural. Next is the shading step. The fish head can be lightly shaded under the eyes and jaw to create depth. The body and tail should be shaded in curves. The lower part of the body is darker. The upper part is lighter to create a three-dimensional feel. The fins and the tail can be lightly pressed at the rays to create buoyancy. If you want, you can add a soft shadow under the fish as if the fish is swimming near the surface of the water, making the picture more vivid and realistic. If you want to add context, you can draw some light water ripples or sketch branches, rocks, or leaves under the water. These details are just suggestions. Do not be too detailed to avoid confusing the picture. The light reflecting on the water or fish scales will also make the picture more vivid and attractive. Finally, the coloring step. Grass carp bodies are usually blue-gray or pale green with a lighter belly. Paint a light base first, then highlight the darker areas on the back and fins to create depth. The scales can be highlighted with highlights to create the feeling of reflected light. The fins and tail can be dark blue or gray, with the fin rays highlighted with a lighter color to create a striking effect. The eyes should be dark with small highlights to create liveliness. When you're done, take a few seconds to look at your work. You'll notice that grass carp, although simple, has many interesting details from the head body, fin's tail to the scale patterns on the body. Drawing grass carp helps practice observation skills, control of soft curves, body proportions, and color coordination. Every detail contributes to creating a vivid, lively picture like a real fish swimming in water. Before finishing, take a moment to look back at the entire picture. Be proud of every stroke, from the graceful curves of the body, the details on the scales, to the soft lines of the fins and tail. Drawing grass carp not only helps improve your painting skills, but also helps you notice the delicate beauty of nature. Try drawing many grass carp in different poses, different colors, to explore your creativity. You can also try combining light and shadow on the water surface to make the painting more vivid, from the body fins to the tail, creating a three-dimensional feeling. And finally, don't forget to share your work with your friends or the art community. Seeing others enjoy and praise will motivate you to create more. Thank you for watching today's video. Hope you always have fun and enjoy every stroke, and see you again in the next drawing tutorial videos, where we will explore more interesting fish and creatures. Welcome to today's video. In the next 9 minutes, I will show you how to draw a pencil in detail and vividly. Although a pencil is a very familiar object when drawing, you will notice that it also has interesting characteristics and can be expressed vividly if you observe carefully. When drawing, it is important to keep the correct proportions, balance shape details of edges, pen tip pen, body rubber eraser, and small details to make the drawing realistic and three-dimensional. Prepare drawing paper, pencil, ruler, eraser, and if you want, you can also prepare colored pencils or watercolors to color the pencil after finishing. Before putting the pen to paper, imagine the pencil in front of you. A regular pencil has a long cylindrical body slightly pointed at the tip for drawing a sturdy body, a metal eraser or cap at the end with small details such as letters, stripes, or brand logos. When drawing, you need to observe the proportions between the parts, the tip of the pen, the body, the tail, and the rubber eraser, and pay attention to the straight lines, curves, and angles to make the pen look straight and balanced. We start with the tip of the pen, where the charcoal core is pointed to draw. Draw a long pointed triangle slightly rounded at the base to create softness. The charcoal core should be proportional to the body of the pen, not too long nor too short, to make the pen look natural. If you want to show that the pen has been sharpened, you can draw a small outline around the charcoal core, creating a prominent feeling like thinly sliced wood. Next is the body of the pen. The body of the pencil is usually a long straight cylinder. Use a ruler to draw 2 parallel lines from the tip of the pen down near the tail, keeping the distance evenly to create a balanced body shape. You can draw a slightly rounded body, but the main outline should be straight to make the pen look sturdy and real. If the pen has stripes, letters, or a brand logo, sketch these details in light strokes, paying attention to the position and proportions in relation to the overall body of the pen. These details not only create highlights, but also make the drawing more vivid and realistic. After sketching the body of the pen, we move on to the end of the pen, where the rubber eraser is usually located. Draw a small cylinder or horizontal circle to create the eraser connected to the body of the pen with a small metal ring. The eraser can protrude slightly from the body with a rounded and soft top edge. If you want the pen to look more detailed, add small lines to create shadows on the metal ring to suggest reflected light, making the pen look more three-dimensional. Now we will refine the overall look. Use an eraser to erase the excess lines and emphasize the main contours, the tip, the body, and the tail. Check the proportions. The tip is proportional to the body. The body is straight, and even the end of the eraser is harmonious. If necessary, adjust the body contour or sharpen the tip of the pen to make it look straight, balanced, and natural. This is an important step because if the proportions and contours are not correct, the painting will be unbalanced and lifeless. Next is the step of creating depth and shadow. The body of the pen can be lightly shaded on one side to suggest light from one side, creating a round feeling. The pen tip and charcoal core can be lightly shaded. The charcoal core is darker to stand out from the wood. The metal ring at the tail can be shaded light on the top edge, darker on the bottom edge to create a feeling of light reflection. The rubber eraser can be shaded lighter so that the light on the surface of the eraser looks prominent. When shading, keep the strokes soft and gentle. Avoid shading too much to lose the natural feel of the pen. If you want, you can add a background to the painting to make the pen look more alive. For example, the pen can be lying on a piece of paper next to a notebook or on a desk. Draw a few light lines to suggest the shadow of the pen on the paper, helping to create a sense of depth and reality. These details do not need to be too much, just sketch them with thin and light lines so as not to clutter the drawing. Now comes the coloring step if you want to complete the drawing. The pen body is usually yellow, blue, red, or any color you choose. Paint a light base first, then press the dark areas on one side to create shadow and depth. The wood at the tip of the pen can be used in a light brown or light yellow. The charcoal core can be painted in a dark color, almost black, to contrast with the pen body. The metal ring can be painted with a white shadow to create a bright and reflective feeling. The rubber eraser can be painted in a light pink or off-white depending on the type, adding a little shadow on the top edge to make it stand out. When finished, take a few seconds to look at the drawing again. You will see that the pencil, although simple, has many interesting details from the sharp tip, straight body patterns to the eraser end. Pencil drawing helps practice the skill of observing details, controlling straight lines, curves, and the coordination of light, shadow, and color. Every detail contributes to creating a realistic, vivid picture as if you were looking at a real pencil right in front of your eyes. Before you finish, be proud of your work. Try drawing with different pens in different colors, patterns, and positions to explore your creativity. You can tilt the pen draw horizontally to see the core of the charcoal or combine multiple pens on the paper to create a vivid composition. This not only makes the painting more beautiful, but also trains your observation skills, line control, and compositional creativity. Finally, don't forget to share your work with your friends or the art community. Seeing others enjoy and praise it will motivate you to create more. Thank you for watching today's video. Hope you always have fun and enjoy every stroke, and see you in the next drawing tutorial videos where we will explore more interesting objects and creatures to turn everything around into a source of creative inspiration.